Hey everyone, and welcome back to Uncle Sam Fun English. I'm Theus, ready to tackle another exciting English learning adventure with you all.
And I'm Belle, absolutely thrilled to be here. Theus, are we diving into another one of those tricky grammar topics today?
You bet we are, Belle. Today, we're diving into the often intimidating world of English tenses, making it the easiest way you'll ever learn grammar.
Oh, tenses. I know so many learners struggle with these. It's like a tangled web of rules and exceptions, isn't it? Why is mastering tenses so important anyway?
Well, Belle, understanding and using tenses correctly is absolutely crucial for clear and effective communication in English. Without them, your message can get lost.
That's so true, Theus. Imagine trying to tell a story without being able to differentiate between what happened yesterday and what will happen tomorrow.
Exactly, you'd end up with a confusing jumble of events. So, we're going to break down the tenses in a way that's simple, practical, and fun.
A promise of clarity and confidence when speaking. I love it. I'm sure our listeners are eager to finally conquer those pesky tenses once and for all.
Absolutely. We'll provide clear explanations, real-life examples, and practical exercises to help you master each tense with ease and confidence.
Fantastic. Because when you master the English tenses, you are also mastering the English language itself. It is the foundation of any good English speaker.
Couldn't agree more, Belle. And we're not just going to focus on the theory, we'll also show you how to use tenses naturally in everyday conversations.
That's the key, isn't it? It's one thing to memorize the rules, but it's another to actually use them fluently when you're speaking or writing.
Precisely. We want you to be able to express yourself accurately and confidently in any situation, whether you're talking about the past, present, or future.
Theus, you know how much I like a good challenge, and I'm ready to jump in and make it so simple, even I can understand.
Then let's get started. I want you to finish this lesson feeling like you have a handle on tenses once and for all.
Agreed. Many students struggle because they see the tenses in a theoretical way. We need to bring it to life.
Absolutely. Make it relevant. Make it useful. We're not just teaching grammar, we're empowering our listeners to communicate effectively.
And remember, every journey begins with a single step. Tenses might seem daunting at first, but with our guidance, you'll be mastering them in no time.
So, let's dive into this exciting lesson and unlock the secrets of English tenses together. Are you ready to transform your English skills?
I'm so ready. I love helping people unlock the doors to speaking English. It is an incredible experience to witness.
Well, then, let's not waste any more time. Let's dive in and get started on this journey to mastering English tenses.
All right, Theus, let's equip our listeners with the knowledge and skills they need to confidently navigate the English language.
So, Belle, what's the biggest challenge learners face when trying to master English tenses? Is it just too many rules?
That's a great question, Theus. I think the biggest problem is that learners often try to memorize the tenses in isolation, without understanding the context and nuances of each one.
That makes sense. It's like trying to learn vocabulary without knowing how to use the words in sentences. Can you give me an example of a common mistake?
Absolutely. A classic example is confusing the simple past and the present perfect. Learners might say, I saw that movie yesterday, which is correct, but then also say, I have seen that movie yesterday, which is incorrect.
Oh, I've definitely heard that before. So, the yesterday is a clear sign we need the simple past, not the present perfect. It's a completed action in the past.
Exactly. The present perfect implies a connection to the present, or an unspecified time in the past. The simple past is for completed actions with a definite time reference.
So, it's not just about memorizing the form of the verb, but also understanding when to use it. Are there other common tense confusions you see often?
Oh, definitely. Another frequent one is mixing up the present continuous and the simple present. People might say, I am working every day, when they mean, I work every day.
Ah, yes, the present continuous suggests a temporary action, or something happening right now. I work every day is a habitual action.
Precisely. The present continuous focuses on an action in progress, whereas the simple present describes routines, habits, or general truths. It is critical to understand the subtle differences.
It feels like a lot to keep track of. Why do you think so many learners struggle with the English tenses in particular?
Well, English has a lot of tenses compared to some other languages, and the rules can be quite complex. Also, many textbooks present the tenses in a very theoretical way, without enough practical examples.
So, it's about both the complexity of the system and the way it's often taught. What's the key, then, to making it easier to grasp all these tenses?
The key is to understand the underlying meaning and function of each tense, and to practice using them in context. It's about seeing how they fit into real-life situations.
Alright, I'm ready to learn how to fix this. What's the first step in mastering these tricky tenses? Where should we begin, Belle?
Alright, Theus, let's dive into the first key to mastering English tenses: understanding the timeline. Visualize a line with past, present, and future.
Okay, that makes sense. So, each tense basically places an action at a specific point or period on that timeline.
Exactly. Think of the simple tenses first: past simple, present simple, and future simple. They represent single, completed actions or habitual actions in those timeframes.
Could you give me a few examples to really solidify this understanding of the timeline concept?
Sure. I ate breakfast. Past: I eat breakfast every day. Present: and I will eat breakfast tomorrow. Future. Each one clearly sits in its respective time.
So the simple tenses are pretty straightforward. What about the continuous tenses? Where do they fit on this timeline?
The continuous tenses show actions in progress at a specific time. I was eating breakfast, past continuous. I am eating breakfast, present continuous.
Ah, so the continuous tenses emphasize that the action was ongoing, not just a completed event, right?
Precisely. And, I will be eating breakfast, future continuous, indicates an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see the layout of this timeline. What about the perfect tenses? They always confuse me a little.
The perfect tenses connect a past action to a point in time. I have eaten breakfast, present perfect, means the action is completed, and it affects the present.
So, with the present perfect, the focus is on the result of the action in the present moment?
Yes, the result or relevance to the present is key. I had eaten breakfast, past perfect, means the action was completed before another point in the past.
So the past perfect is used to show the order of two past actions, indicating which one happened first, correct?
Exactly. It provides a sequence. Then, I will have eaten breakfast. Future perfect means the action will be completed before a specific time in the future.
So, the future perfect shows that something will be finished by a certain point in the future, emphasizing completion.
Spot on. Seeing the timeline is the first step. Now, let's look at specific clues for identifying which tense to use.
Okay, I'm ready. What kind of clues should we be looking for in sentences or conversations?
Time markers are your best friends. Words like yesterday, last week, ago, strongly suggest past simple.
That makes sense. So, if I see, I went to the store yesterday, yesterday is the clue telling me to use past simple.
Exactly. For present simple, look for adverbs of frequency like always, usually, often, sometimes, never.
Got it. So, I always drink coffee in the morning. Uses always as a clue for present simple, a habitual action.
Yes, and for the future simple, look for words like tomorrow, next week, in the future, or phrases like I think.
So, I will travel to Europe next year, uses next year to indicate a future action, requiring the future simple tense.
Precisely. These time markers are not always explicitly stated, but paying attention to context will help you identify the correct tense.
So Belle, what about those tricky situations where we're talking about something that started in the past but continues to the present?
Ah, Theus, you're talking about the present perfect continuous. It's used for actions that started in the past and are still ongoing.
Right, it always throws me off a little. Can you give me some examples to clarify it for me?
Absolutely. Imagine someone says, I have been studying English for 5 years. This means they started studying English 5 years ago, and they are still studying it now.
Okay, that makes sense. So, the action isn't finished. What if I said, I have been working on this project all day.
Perfect. That indicates you began working on the project earlier today, and you are still working on it. The emphasis is on the duration of the activity.
Got it. What's the difference between, I have worked on this project, and, I have been working on this project?
Great question. I have worked on this project implies you completed the work. I have been working emphasizes the duration and that the work is likely still in progress.
So, the continuous form highlights the ongoing nature of the action. Is there a situation where I shouldn't use the present perfect continuous?
Yes, there are some verbs that are not typically used in continuous tenses. These are called stative verbs, and they describe states, not actions.
Stative verbs, got it. Like what?
Verbs like know, believe, understand, love, or hate. You wouldn't say, I have been knowing you for years. Instead, you'd say, I have known you for years.
That's a good reminder. So, if it's a state, use the simple form, and if it's an action in progress, use the continuous form.
Exactly. Also, consider the impact on the listener. I have been reading this book suggests you're still in the process, while I have read this book implies you're done with it.
That makes a big difference in conveying the information. Can you give me another example with a stative verb to really solidify this?
Sure. Instead of saying, I have been liking pizza since I was a kid, which sounds a bit odd, you would say, I have liked pizza since I was a kid.
Okay, that definitely sounds more natural. So, it's about recognizing those stative verbs and avoiding the continuous form with them.
Precisely. And remember, the present perfect continuous often implies a connection to the present. Maybe you're tired because you've been working all day.
That connection to the present is key. So, it's not just about the past action, but how it affects the current situation.
Absolutely. It adds depth and context to your sentences, making your English sound more natural and fluent.
This is so helpful, Belle. I feel like I have a much better grasp on the present perfect continuous now. Thank you.
Okay, Theus, let's move on to some more advanced examples, especially when we're combining tenses in more complex sentences.
Sounds good, Belle. I'm ready to explore some of those tricky situations where tenses can get a little confusing.
Absolutely. Think about sentences where you're describing an action that was in progress in the past when another action interrupted it.
Like, I was eating dinner when the phone rang. Is that a good example of combining past continuous and past simple?
Exactly. I was eating dinner sets the scene. It's the ongoing action. When the phone rang is the interrupting action in the past.
Got it. So the past continuous gives context and shows something was happening, and the simple past is a specific event.
Precisely. Now, let's consider a situation involving the past perfect. How about, I had finished my homework before I went to the park?
Okay. The past perfect, had finished, means I completed the homework before the act of going to the park occurred, right?
Yes. It indicates an action completed before another action in the past. It helps establish the timeline of events.
This is making so much more sense. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Uncle Sam Fun English.
Exactly, Theus. And what about future tenses? How do you combine the future continuous with the future simple?
Give me a hint, Belle. It's easy to get lost in the future, haha.
Okay, try this. I will be studying at the library when you arrive. What does that tell us?
Okay. I will be studying, tells me that I'm in the middle of studying, and your arrival is happening at a specific time in the future.
Exactly. You're setting a future scene. Now, can you give me an example combining the future perfect with another future tense?
Let me see. I will have finished the report by the time the meeting starts. Does that sound right?
That's perfect. I will have finished shows the completion of the report before the start of the meeting, a future deadline met.
Excellent. These combinations are a bit more complex, but understanding the individual tenses makes it easier.
Absolutely. Now, let's think about how these tenses can be used in real-life scenarios, like telling a story or making plans.
Great idea. We can use these tenses to create a more vivid and engaging narrative for our listeners to enjoy.
Definitely. Imagine telling a story about a trip you took. You could say, I had always wanted to visit Paris, so last year, I finally went.
I had always wanted. Uses the past perfect to show a long-standing desire that existed before the trip actually happened. Nice.
Precisely. And you could continue with, I was walking along the Seine when I saw a street performer. Combining past continuous and simple.
These examples really make it clear how we naturally combine tenses when speaking and writing.
Absolutely. Or, think about making future plans with a friend. I will be free next weekend, so I will probably go hiking.
I will be free shows your availability, and I will probably go expresses a likely future action, but not with absolute certainty.
Exactly. You're using different future forms to indicate different levels of confidence about your plans.
And even, by the time you arrive next week, I will have already decorated the entire house.
Perfect combination of future perfect and simple present in the time clause. Such detail and clarity.
Okay, I think I'm getting a much better handle on these complex combinations. Practice makes perfect, as they say.
You got it, Theus. Remember, the key is to understand the meaning of each tense individually and then see how they relate to each other in time.
Thanks, Belle. These examples are super helpful. If you're looking for more support, remember to subscribe to Uncle Sam Fun English. Let's practice. I'll give you a sentence in the present simple, and you tell me how to change it to the past simple and the future simple.
Sounds good. This will really help solidify the tense usage for our listeners. Are you ready to give it a try?
I think so. Okay, here's my sentence. I eat pizza every Friday. What's that in the past simple and future simple?
All right. In the past simple, that would be, I ate pizza last Friday. And for the future simple, you'd say, I will eat pizza next Friday.
Okay, I ate pizza last Friday, and I will eat pizza next Friday. Got it. Let me try another one. She reads a book every night.
Great choice. So, in the past simple, that becomes, she read a book last night. Remember, the spelling stays the same but the pronunciation changes.
Oh, right, read, instead of read. And the future simple would be.
Exactly. And the future simple would be, she will read a book tomorrow night. Notice how we use will to indicate the future.
She will read a book tomorrow night. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Now, let's try a sentence in the present continuous tense.
Excellent. This will test your ability to shift between continuous and simple tenses. What's your present continuous sentence?
Okay, here's one. They're watching a movie right now. What would that be in the past continuous?
Good one. That would be, they were watching a movie last night. Remember to change are to were for the past continuous.
They were watching a movie last night. And how would you express that in the future continuous?
In the future continuous, you'd say, they will be watching a movie tomorrow night. The structure will be plus verb ing, shows an ongoing action in the future.
They will be watching a movie tomorrow night. This is making much more sense now. Can we try one with the present perfect?
Absolutely. The present perfect can be a bit tricky, so this is great practice. What sentence have you prepared for us?
All right, here we go. I have visited Paris twice. What's that in the past perfect?
Okay, so the past perfect is used to describe an action completed before another action in the past. So, you could say, I had visited Paris twice before I moved to Rome.
I had visited Paris twice before I moved to Rome. Okay, I see how that works. It's about sequencing past events.
Precisely. And how would you put that original sentence, I have visited Paris twice, into the future perfect?
The future perfect. Let me think. Would it be something like, I will have visited Paris 3 times by the end of the year?
That's perfect. I will have visited Paris 3 times by the end of the year. It shows an action that will be completed by a specific time in the future.
Wow, I think I actually nailed that one. Okay, let's try one more, just to really solidify my understanding.
Fantastic. Repetition is key when learning grammar, so let's do it. What's the last sentence you want to transform?
Okay, here's the final sentence. He is going to the store later. How do we put that into the past?
Good choice. For the past, we can say, he was going to the store yesterday, but he didn't go. This implies a plan that didn't happen.
Okay, he was going to the store yesterday, but he didn't go. Makes sense. And the future? Is it even possible since the original is already future?
Great question. Since is going to already expresses a future intention. The best way to put it further into the future would be to add a time reference. For example, he is going to go to the store tomorrow.
Okay, that clarifies things. So, for all of you listening, practice changing sentences between tenses. The more you do it, the easier it will become.
Absolutely. Try taking simple sentences from your daily conversations and see how they change in different tenses. It's a fantastic way to internalize the rules.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn. You can even try writing a short story using different tenses. Alright, Belle, that was quite the journey through the English tenses. Let's quickly recap what we covered today to solidify everything.
Absolutely, Theus. We explored the simple, continuous, and perfect tenses, looking at how they help us place actions in time.
Exactly. Remember, the simple tenses are for straightforward actions, the continuous highlight ongoing events, and the perfect showcase completed ones.
And don't forget how essential auxiliary verbs like be and have are in forming these tenses accurately. They're the building blocks.
Speaking of building blocks, here's a practical tip. Try keeping a daily journal using different tenses to describe your activities.
That's a fantastic idea. Writing about your day using past, present, and future tenses will really help internalize the grammar rules.
It's like giving your brain a workout, strengthening those neural pathways and making the tenses feel more natural and intuitive over time.
Definitely. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn and improve. Think of errors as stepping stones to fluency.
Remember to subscribe to Uncle Sam Fun English for more engaging and helpful lessons designed to make learning English enjoyable.
We have a ton of content planned to help you master all aspects of the English language, so stay tuned for more grammar goodness.
Grammar might seem intimidating at first, but with practice and persistence, you'll unlock a whole new level of confidence in your English skills.
And remember, learning a language is a journey, not a destination, so enjoy the process and celebrate every milestone along the way.
Keep practicing consistently, and you'll be amazed at the progress you make in no time. Consistency is key to long-term success.
Remember to surround yourself with English as much as possible. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, and read books in English to immerse yourself.
Immersion is a powerful tool that can significantly accelerate your learning process. The more you expose yourself to the language, the better.
And don't hesitate to engage in conversations with native speakers. It's the best way to improve your pronunciation and fluency.
Native speakers can provide valuable feedback and insights that you won't find in textbooks, so embrace the opportunity to learn from them.
Remember that mastering the English tenses is not just about memorizing rules. It's about understanding how they convey meaning and context.
Exactly. It's about being able to express yourself clearly and effectively, whether you're writing an email, giving a presentation, or just chatting with friends.
So, focus on using the tenses actively in your daily life, and you'll see your English skills improve dramatically over time.
Also, remember that we offer additional resources on our website, including quizzes and exercises to help you reinforce what you've learned today.
We want to provide you with as many tools as possible to help you succeed on your English learning journey, so explore our website and take advantage of all the resources available to you.
Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that we appreciate all of our listeners and value your feedback. Please leave a comment and let us know what you thought of today's lesson.
Your feedback helps us create even better content that meets your needs and interests, so we encourage you to share your thoughts with us.
And finally, don't forget to subscribe to Uncle Sam Fun English for more exciting and educational lessons delivered straight to your inbox.
We're committed to providing you with high-quality content that makes learning English fun and engaging, so join our community of learners today.
Keep practicing, stay motivated, and never give up on your dreams of mastering the English language. We believe in you.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We truly appreciate your support and hope you found today's lesson helpful and informative.
We're here to help you every step of the way, so don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or need any assistance.
Remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint, so be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way.
See you next time, and keep up the great work. We're excited to continue learning and growing with you on this amazing journey. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in our next episode with more exciting English lessons.